Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here, bringing you another Minecraft Star Wars vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and doing a 1-to-5 scale Y-Wing bomber from, of course, Star Wars. This fighter here was used by the Rebel Alliance during the Galactic Civil War, and is overall just a pretty cool and kind of iconic fighter from that era. Most of you guys are probably familiar with the Y-Wing, as it's one of the most iconic Rebel Alliance fighters. I would probably say right behind the X-Wing, it's pretty much the most iconic. And, you know, you guys probably know everything about it, so I'm not going to go in any further detail. Now, this is a 1-to-5 scale, and this is meant to go along with my 1-to-5 scaled ships. All in general, a lot of you guys may have, recognized that, it's a little series I'm kind of doing here and there. I have, 1-to-5 warships. I also have, a frigate I've just released recently, and also, some Star Wars ships that I've already done. So, this will be really awesome for some of those Star Wars ships I already have out, and for some to come in the future. So, hopefully you guys are excited to see some of these bigger ships, and I thought that most of you guys would be putting these in some kind of diorama with maybe like a, couple Star Wars, Rebels, ships or something like that attacking a Star Destroyer, and having some Y-Wing bombers going for an attack run or something of that sort. It's just kind of a fun little thing for you guys to go ahead and maybe use on your worlds, or of course just do something with. So I think it'd be really awesome, and it kind of goes along with those ships. Instead of just having capital ships, you can have a little bit of fighters thrown in there. Now, one thing I want to go ahead and just make clear that this is probably not exactly 1-to-5, might be a little bit bigger than that, and this is just mainly because I want you to guys actually have some kind of idea of what the fighter is actually supposed to be instead of just some half slabs. Definitely kind of stands out a little bit more, but it is at a mini scale still, so it still will go really nicely with the ships and should look pretty close in scale with them. So I think it's a pretty awesome ship, to say the least about it, and definitely looks really good next to some of these capital ships and all that stuff that I haven't done tutorials on yet, but will be coming in the future. Anyways, let's go ahead and, just pop into the tutorial. There's not much really more to cover about it. As you can see, just a very nice Y-Wing, and without further ado, let's go and pop into the tutorial by starting off with just the whole thing. We're not going to do later, so let's just move into the tutorial. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to the tutorial for the 1-to-5 scale Y-Wing. The first thing we're going to start off is by placing down a smooth sandstone block. This is the smooth sandstone block that's located right here at the front cockpit, so of course make sure you have a little bit of space around it. It's not an incredibly big vehicle by all means, but you definitely want to make sure that you have a little bit of space. Now, coming off this smooth sandstone block, we're going to place down a quartz full block, followed by an upside down quartz stair like that. Next to this smooth sandstone block on the other side, we're going to place down a nice sign, just like that. And then going back from the smooth sandstone block, we want to grab ourselves some cobblestone walls. We're going to place down one cobblestone wall like this, followed by 1 and 2 polished andesites. After those 2 polished andesite blocks, we're going to place down a skeleton skull on the end. We then want to take our cobblestone walls and place down 2 coming off those polished andesite blocks on the other side. Coming off those cobblestone walls, we're going to place down 2 polished andesite blocks, followed by a block of quartz facing toward the front with a stone button coming off of it like so. We're going to go and do the same thing over here. 2 polished andesite blocks, and then a block of quartz, and then a stone button like that. Also on this polished andesite block here on the bottom, we're going to place down a stone button like that to kind of represent where the bombs would be able to come from the Y-Wing. With that finished, after this polished andesite block, we're going to place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls back. Same thing over here. We're then going to place down a polished andesite block at the end of that row of 2 of cobblestone walls, followed by a stone button like that to pretty much make the rear of the engines. Now, for this section up here, we're going to go ahead and, actually for right here, go into this cobblestone wall, we're actually going to take signs and place it down on the sides of it, just like this. Now go into this section right here on top of this smooth sandstone full block, we're going to place down a quartz stair like this, followed by another brick half slab coming off of it. After you guys have that done, we're going to go ahead and take a redstone comparator, and we're going to place down a redstone comparator facing this direction on top of that polished andesite block, and then we're going to place down a stone button on top of that polished andesite block like that. With that finished, that's pretty much going to do it for the Y-Wing. Again, it's a very simplistic build, and actually one last thing we can do is we can just take some stone buttons and place them down on these polished andesite blocks like that, just add a little bit more detail to it. Anyways guys, that's going to pretty much do it for the Y-Wing bomber. Very cool ship, and I think it's one of my favorite mini ships I've done so far. Definitely shows off the Y-Wing, and works really good for its shaping and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys do enjoy it as much as I do. And again, it's meant to go along with these ships and not really meant to do anything else. So of course, if you're building some of these ships, it's going to go along perfectly with them. Anyways, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this tutorial. If you guys do it in business design, I do ask you guys still give me credit for it, even though it's just a really small, simplistic build. I still ask for credit. As long as you guys give me credit, you guys are free to use this for whatever you guys are building this for, and I imagine you guys are going to be using some of my capital ships as well, so hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gear 2 before, and I'll see you guys next time.